Hello everyone. So I've kind of realized that Gmod has had like many different phases. You might be able to even say generations, maybe. But whether that's like goofy machinimas with Gmod getting a job, or you running away from a PNG and Minimal Spaceman, we've all either been in these phases or seen them going around. Some of those in kind of a Five Nights at Freddy's phase of Gmod. I can say that I've been at least one of these. And I wanted to make this video to show off the newest phases of Gmod. So yeah, let's get started.
Okay, alright, so, Wade, what do we do? What is the objective? Oh,
That.
I see that, yeah, where is that? Oh, that's right outside the door!
Right.
I'm gonna go out there.
No!
To begin this phase, in my opinion, I think this started like in 2014, where like FNAF really started to blow up. And I would divide this phase into like two sections. In my opinion, the 2014 and 2016 phase, and like the 2017 and 2023 or 2022 phase. Let's start with the beginning now. People like Venturian Tale and Markiplier are making videos on the FNAF events maps, which is basically FNAF co-op. And it's, it's pretty freaking cool actually. This spawned in more maps and even like NPCs for FNAF. To me, this is like the best part of the FNAF phase. It was simple and fun. The next section to this video is the 2017 and 2022 phase. This consists of like one YouTuber, and that is X-Man723. His content can go from making a 50+ episode series of going through FNAF saves to having a sexualized Foxy giving birth. Yeah. Now don't send any hate to X-Man, just because like I don't want people spamming him and harassing him, and I don't want to encourage that stuff. Just leave him be, I guess. Obviously I think the content's weird as shit, but I think people will probably deal with that later. And also, knowing the guy, he's pretty chill. But I can't say the same about his content. As someone who did content similar to him, it got really boring and repetitive. Going on a FNAF map and spawning an animatronic and moving it around with the physics gun and voicing it and stuff got really repetitive. Obviously, his content's for a younger audience, even though some of these thumbnails say otherwise. I can't hate the guy, he's pretty chill. Now, instead of like having maps and NPCs for like the workshop in this era, it was more based off ragdolls. Obviously, there's maps and NPCs, but it was more based off ragdolls because people wanted to make these kind of roleplays that X-Men made and make content like him. Just a little note here that Bub Games made a video on X-Men, and yeah, X-Men's kind of weird now that I kind of think about it, so I can't really respect the guy that much. So if you want to go watch Bub Games' video on X-Men's, drama and what has been happening to him for the past few weeks now, you can go watch it. But I ain't gonna promote harassment or anything like that. So it's only if you want to go watch it. So yeah, back to the video. This phase also consisted of people making OCs. Other game franchises had it too, though, like Sonic and like shit like that. But we're gonna be talking about the FNAF ones, which, for example, someone making an OC, someone can like take Foxy, recolor the motherfucker blue, or like their favorite colors, adding a hat, naming the fucking thing Sarkatron to the Fox or some shit. Just for example. Now, obviously, I've made an OC before. Because I know all the basics. I've been doing, done this for a little bit now. So yeah, I don't do it anymore though. This is probably gotta be my least favorite part of this FNAF phase, or least favorite section of the FNAF phase, because I do kind of weird stuff now with FNAF and Gmod. And I'm not saying everybody, but X-Man and some other content creators do some weird shit in Gmod. Now, in 2022, I feel like it started to die down a bit because, I was going through the Gmod workshop and I didn't see as much FNAF, or that's when I got my FNAF phase. But this is probably going to end it for the Five Nights at Freddy's phase of Gmod. Alright guys, welcome to my super original video, where I run away from Nextbots for 10 minutes straight, and I just, make it as funny as possible, as funny as possible. So, let's get started from, I don't know. So how this phase started was with the Sonic Nextbot. Basically all it was just this poorly drawn Sonic PNG with ear-rape music, and it chases you. That's basically all it did. Now this simple concept, spawned in a whole genre of add-ons called Nextbots. Now mind you, Nextbots are a lot more than a PNG chasing you. But I ain't gonna get into that nerdy stuff, and I'm just gonna stick with Nextbots, so don't get mad at me. Now, this spawned in a bunch of clones of the add-on that changed the PNG and the music. Basically, it was mostly just poorly drawn, images of other pop culture characters like Mario, Freddy Fazbear, Woody from Toy Story, you name it. This section was more goofy and was not really meant to be taken seriously. The type of content that spawned were just basically people running away from these Nextbots while being in like a Krusty Krab map, for example. The section of this phase lasted about 2014, 2016, or 2017, I would say. Then it kind of died for a little bit until the Nextbot genre would take a turn. It became more creepy and unsettling. And then this being, this entity, Obunga, came into the show and said, "It's my turn, bitch," and beat the living fuck out of Sonic. And it was his turn to take over the Nextbot title. Well, I mean, I guess that's basically what happened, metaphorically. But now the Nextbots we are talking about are the Obunga clones. These Nextbots were basically a creepy image that would chase you around. That's about it. But the content it spawned was insane. People made shitty mobile games to, pretty good games to, on YouTube it'd be people just, running away for 10 minutes in a liminal space map. It was pretty insane. This phase really only lasted about like 2 to 3 years though. About like 2020, 2022, because around like the end of 2022, the videos were starting to die out. The Nextbots were, all over the workshop, and that's where the Nextbot story ends. For now, at least. Beginning this phase, it all started all the way back in 2017, I'd say, with Gmod 9 fan re-uploads. Basically, their videos were someone playing Gmod 9 and some paranormal shit was happening. The usual Gmod ARG. This spawned in, the infamous black guy from every Gmod ARG. Now, I would say there are 4 really good Gmod ARG channels that I would like to mention. Gmod 9 fan re-uploads, which we just talked about. Classic GM Videos, Gunslinger Pro 2009, and Badwater Videos 2009. And also, to mention, there's basically like 2 genres with these Gmod ARGs, with one being the scary black guy that is haunting your game, sentient ragdolls where, heavy TF2 is actually living and the player tortures them or some shit. For like the shadow black guy genre, I would say, like, my favorite channel is Classic GM Videos, because their videos are pretty damn creepy, for one, and also, like, I really like their Pond Abyss video and their GM Graveyard Creepy Secret Room tutorial, because they literally edited the map so it would, do what it did, open the door, and yeah. They put a lot of effort into these videos, and yeah, it really shows. For the sentient ragdolls genre, I really like Gunslinger Pro, because there's something about his videos, like, they're so disturbing and unsettling, like when Spy was trying to run away from the player, and like when Soldier was shaking his head no before he got just like completely removed. But also I like Badwater videos as well, because I like their storytelling and the story for the channel itself. But it's really hard to get like a good Gmod ARG these days, because you need an original idea, because if you just do sentient ragdolls or scary black guy, it ain't gonna be that interesting. Now, there are some other Gmod ARGs like Plastic Apple and Survivor of All I'd like to mention. Plastic Apple takes the idea of sentient ragdolls, but with Lever Dead 2 ragdolls, and puts a different twist on it. And the Survivor of All is an ARG taking place in the universe of the movie World of the Servers, which is a great Gmod film if you haven't seen it. But these 2 channels are, pretty good. I'll say this phase lasted until 2022, so a good like 5 years. And you know, I say it would kind of end in 2022 because, you know, I haven't seen that much Gmod energies since then. Now, yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this Gmod phase though. Beginning this phase, I'm going to mention this phase really only lasts about 1 to 2 years, so this one's going to be kind of short. But basically what Gmod realism is making your Gmod as realistic and like tactical as possible. Now, I've been in this phase before, and it was pretty fun, you know, I enjoyed it while it lasted, but it kind of got repetitive and boring after a while. Installing 20 gigabytes of add-ons kind of annoys me. But the add-ons that were used in these videos and this phase were mostly like Modern Warfare weapons, V-Manip add-ons, and Reshade. Reshade is the thing that people think about the most when mentioning Gmod realism because you can't get it on the workshop, and also makes your Gmod more realistic, even though it's just an overlay of your screen. With tons of presets, and even putting fake RTX in it is pretty insane. I think Reshade is what makes Gmod realism so impactful though. Since it's so flexible, you can put as much presets and make it as different and look different as possible. You know, it can make it even look like AAA games like Call of Duty. But the content on YouTube it spawned were basically just people, you know, with pre-placed NPCs barging into places and shooting them. Yeah, it kind of got boring and repetitive. But I like to see like a horror film or something. If anyone can do that, like something like horror, maybe that'd be kind of cool. But this phase really only lasted about like, you know, 2 years. So 2020 to 2021 or 2022. I think that's when it lasted. But I mean, it was fun when it lasted. But we're going to move on to the next and last phase. What is this skibbity toilet thing? Skibbity toilet, what is this? The heck? 91 million views, 117 million views? What the? This is weird. Well, just roll the title card. So I watched 2 in-depth analysis videos on this skibbity toilet thing, and I still don't know what this thing really is, to be honest. All I know is that it's, you know, the skibbity toilets are in war with camera head people or something. I also don't even know if this can be even considered like a phase, you know, like starting SFM, but you know, when I go to the workshop, I see hundreds of skibbity toilet add-ons, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna put it here. How this phase started was in early 2023 when the skibbity bop bop meme was popular, and this YouTuber named DaFuckBoom made a video on this meme, where a male 07 head came out of this toilet and started singing the skibbity bop bop song. The weirdest thing with this is how much views it gets. Hundreds of millions of views is insane. Then the videos get weirder with lore and camera head and TV head. I don't even know. They fight against each other, and it's strange, dude. And I don't even know how this became so popular. It's so simple and so like, you know, like you would not expect this to be popular, but I don't know. And since it started in SFM, I'm guessing that's why it spread to Gmod. That brings us to now. I'm not seeing as much skibbity toilet add-ons as they're used to, but still, it's pretty popular. At the moment, it seems skibbity toilet is not quite dead, but I would say in a few months we won't see as much skibbity toilet add-ons. But you know, who knows? Maybe it won't die out that that fast. But that is going to end it for this strange phase. That brings us to the future. What's going to be the next big thing for Garry's mod? It's very hard to say since, I mean, you can go from PNGs chasing you to people in toilets singing a song, but Now, I think it really shows what Gmod is capable of. Gmod is so limitless. You can practically do anything. The next big thing could be more Gmod horror, a new game mode. Who knows? We may not be able to, know the next big thing, but we can sure guess. But it's pretty hard to. I think what we learned through this video is that Gmod can be the most random, weird, creepy, funny, and amazing game. I think we have many memories in these phases or watching them, and we might not have memories in these, but we might have memories in Gmod with friends and just having a good time. I hope you guys learned something throughout this video and or enjoyed it, because this video has taken a very long time to make. If you liked it, please like it. If you really liked it, consider subscribing. But you don't have to, but it would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, that's going to end it for this video. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.